Hello, you guys. So I'm doing a review on Star Auto Authority in Vernon Hills, Illinois, and Whips Automotive in Buffalo Grove, Illinois, to show you guys why you would probably want to think twice before going to them with, for anything past like engine oil replacement or things like that. So this is my '99 GMC Safari van. Okay. Um, so it started throwing a P0301 code. All right. So I took it to AutoZone. I printed out the document, presented it, and went to Whips Automotive in Buffalo Grove, Illinois. So I showed them the code and I said, "Can you guys fix this?" And they said they'd take a look. And what they came back with, which was a diagnosis that my spark plugs, ignition wires that go to the spark plugs, and the PCV valve. The PCV valve, they said, had a hole in it. Um, Spark plugs looked bad, so they wanted to change that. And the ignition wires that go to it. Okay, so they changed that. That cost almost $600, like 460 something. I can take pictures of the estimates and put them in this video. But um, about a week later, the same code had came back, so I took it back to Whips Automotive, and then I showed them this video that I can probably put down in the description link below of this same particular make and model van that was having the same issues that my van was having. And he was throwing a whole bunch of parts. And you know, when you pay people that are supposed to be professionals, you're paying them to fix the problem, not to throw parts at the vehicle and see what sticks. Okay, like what happened with these two places. So I took that same video that I watched of how he saw a grounded wire, just like what you see here. So, okay, this is the engine bay, right? I told them to check the engine bay the second time. Check the wiring harnesses, all right, because it could have a faulty ground. Now, you can see right here on this wire, okay, is exposed. And then on this second wire right here, it has a hole in it. It's exposed. Okay, you can see the green corrosion, all right, sitting right there. It's not tucked all the way in here somewhere. It's sitting right there. And I told them, can you guys please check that? Okay. They said they didn't see anything that second time with the code. So they just erased the code. Okay. And sent me back on my merry way. All right. And then code came back again. All right. So it's an intermittent situation. All right. That's why I told them after they replaced those things on the first visit, they can go ahead and, take a look at the wiring, since it seems to be intermittent. But when it's not there, it runs fine. It runs very smooth. Okay. So I went to Star Auto Authority over in Vernon Hills, Illinois. All right. They hooked up a fancy scan tool. Now I got my scan tool as well. All right. And that's how I was able to. Well, I took it to AutoZone the first time, but got me one of the Bluetooth ones, and then I saw the P0301 code keep coming back. This the only code that kept coming back, just this one code. So I took it to Star Auto Authority, and then they started to diagnose it, and then they said it had different issues. It said the mass airflow sensor, so I changed out the mass airflow sensor. Okay, I never got a code for. Hold on, let me get this lighting right. I never got a code for mass airflow sensor, but they said their scan tool picked it up. Then they said something was wrong with the transmission temperature sensor. All right, but that has nothing to do with why the cylinder one is misfiring. Okay, so they was talking about getting a whole bunch of money going that route, and they basically don't know. But we got these different routes we can go. Okay, so I paid them $140 for the diagnosis, and I also did something stupid. I told them to go ahead and change the oil as well. So this is an older vehicle. I usually get Pennzoil. All right, usually take it to Walmart and get Pennzoil high mileage. Never have leaks or issues of such of that nature. Okay, and then they go ahead and put some synthetic blend oil in this van from a different brand. Okay, and now the thing is is leaking oil now. And after I took it to them, man, after I took it to them and started seeing what it was doing at that point, it was still throwing the so I didn't get anything done with them. I took their diagnosis of, they said the mass airflow sensor need to be changed. Then they said the canister vent valve need to be changed, and then the temperature sensor for the transmission. Okay, so I changed out the mass airflow sensor. Issue still happening. I had the canister vent valve changed, just like Star Auto Authority said. Issue still happening. Okay, and we know darn well that it ain't no transmission temperature sensor that is causing an issue. All right, so after paying, you know, all that money to them to try to diagnose this, I go ahead and pop the hood myself, and then I saw what I showed you guys with this harnessing, this wire harness, where it has exposed wire, okay, against bare metal. All right. So why is it when I took my van to them to diagnose it, they could not see something that is literally sitting right here that has an issue? They're going all up in here trying to look for issues, trying to look for a way to increase their money. They're going all up inside the doghouse. They're going all up inside this doghouse right here, trying to, sell me spark plugs and parts that are not the issue. Okay? We usually take our cars to professionals for situations where it is outside of our hands. But all I had to do was just pop the hood to see the issue. But, these places was telling me everything other than what they was, other than what the issue was. Okay? Spending over $1,000 with professionals that couldn't even fix this issue. All right? So, since they took my money and they not going to refund it back, I thought I might as well go ahead and show this video, because they couldn't they didn't say that they didn't know what it was, or they're not going to be able to help. Just take it to somebody else that works on these vans. They didn't say that. Okay? They said you're going to need these parts. And basically they was part throwing at my vehicle and they wanted me to pay for that. Okay? So, I just wanted to make this video since I can't get my refund back for them misdiagnosing my van multiple times. Um, so I just wanted to, make that. Um, and since they've been misdiagnosing that, it's starting to, cause basically misfire is running rich, so I'm starting to smell gasoline in the oil. Then saw the gas coming out the muffler. Okay, so if they would have found this simple little issue like I told Whips Automotive the second time to do, we wouldn't be having this issue. I have a running van. Alright, so I'm showing these things. So this is Whips Automotive right here. As you can see what they had done. Um, our inspection of your vehicle shows it needs the following, and then boom. Okay, so that shows you that, that I took it in with this. Okay, I took it to AutoZone P0301 cylinder misfire. Okay, Um, so this was their solution to that. Okay, this was the first trip there that I was telling you guys about. All right, took it back that second time. They said they didn't see anything, so I don't have no paperwork for that. But the third time the engine light came back on, took it to Star Automotive. Okay, there goes their information. Star Auto Authority. I'm sorry. Vernon Hills, out that way. All right. So the concern, they got that. Here's their inspection. Um, they road tested the vehicle. Um, so they said they got all these different codes, but keep in mind, you guys, I had took it to AutoZone again, and I got my own scan tool, and I only pulled up that P0301 that third time it came back on. All right. So I don't know, if they was coming up with codes or what's going on, but that's what they say that it was. They didn't pull any of the codes that I was getting. All right. So they said canister vent valve, evap leak, and then also a mass airflow sensor. All right. So in total, they had charged me where 169 right there. All right, for a misdiagnosis. And this is what they said to change out. Mass airflow sensor, already had that change. That didn't fix it. Canister vent solenoid change. That did not fix it. The only thing that didn't get fixed was this transmission temperature sensor. But that has to do with the temperature of the transmission, not the code P0301. Okay? So then I went back to Whips Automotive right here. That's their information. And then our inspection of your vehicle shows that it needs the following. And then I had told them that my engine light had came back on P0301 again, okay? Because I had my own scan tool, all right, before I took it to them. And they said they didn't see anything again, but they did see that there was a leak in my exhaust, okay? And after they changed that did make the noise as far as the exhaust go away. So as far as that, they did fix that, but they didn't fix the main thing, okay? They kept saying that they don't see anything. And I showed you guys the wire that I asked them to please check, so we can stop having this intermittent misfire. And they said that they did not see that. So I'm just showing those to show you guys that I did take it to them. I showed them what it was that I wanted fixed, and they did not fix it. And we're in a situation with that van that we're in now. All right. So this can help somebody else save some money and don't spend a whole bunch of money towards something that isn't gonna fix like what happened with my situation, and they want to take my money and not fix things in return, then this is gonna be how it's gonna have to happen. All right. So hopefully this will help somebody.